Today we will start a chapter called motion. Already we completed is matter known as pure and tissues. Okay. So what is motion? Here we have two technical terms here: motion and rest. Okay. Along with that, we are trying to study about the technical terms. Speed is there, velocity is there, acceleration is there. Okay. And these are related to the chapter called motion. Okay. So when we say body is at rest or body is at motion. Okay. So when we say body is in motion, birds are moving. That is one example. Okay. Vehicles are moving. And blood is circulating from arteries through veins and capillaries. That is motion. Okay. And even stars, galaxies, they have many celestial bodies. They all are moving. They are under the motion. Okay. And even atoms and molecules are also small particles which are moving, which are at motion. Okay. So this is a case of instances where motion. Okay. Then how do you say when a body is moving, or a body is in motion? So motion is said to be an entity which is related to the time. Means when a body moves from one place to another place in a particular time, that we call motion. Generally we call motion. Okay. So coming to sunrise, sunset, what is that? What is the effect of that? Is it motion? Why there is sunset? Why there is sunrise? Oh, that is also due to the motion of the earth. Okay. And suppose there are some instances where we infer indirectly that there is motion going on. For example, we can infer that air is moving. How? Indirectly. What we can do? The branches are moving. The branches are shaking. Okay. And there is movement of the tree. Okay. And these sometimes air also contain dust particle. So that dust particle which will be in particular color, that will be moving. So from that we can infer that air is also moving. Okay. This is one example of particles moving or objects moving. Then suppose you are traveling in a bus. A person traveling in a bus has two inches. One is the bus is rest, or sometimes the person is at rest. If he is even sitting in the bus is moving. So that person is at rest. Okay. So this is one example. Suppose you are traveling in a train also. You can take train also. Or even bus. Okay. When you are traveling in a bus, what happens here? When your bus is moving, you see the objects beside you, outside the object, out of the bus, you see as if the bus is moving in one direction, but you see that objects which are passing through the buses are moving backwards. Even though they are in motion, you feel that they are in motion. Okay, that is one example. And even these motion are different in different objects. For example, some objects are in circular motion. Some objects vibrate at the same position, and some objects have periodic motion. They move and to fro. So there are many varieties of types of motion here. But here you are learning about the motion taking place in a straight line. Okay, straight line, how it takes place. We'll see this. Okay. And this motion, see, suppose if it is uncontrolled, if it is inaccurate, okay, what happens here? If it is uncontrolled, that may cause flood. Like you take river also, if water is uncontrolled, it may lead to flood. Okay, sometimes this wind, it leads to tsunami, hurricane, cyclones, storms. So these all are the instances where there is uncontrolled and erratic motion of the objects. Suppose if the object's motion is controlled, if it is controlled, for example, generation of electricity by the help of hydroelectric power. What we do here? We concentrate, we bring all the water flowing in to a particular place, and that is going to flow from top to bottom, upper part to lower part, where there are some turbines which will rotate, and from there we generate electricity means in that way we are, if it is controlled situation, if the water flowing is controlled, we are able to get the what? Light in the sense electricity. Okay, so these are the examples. And suppose I told already, if the wind is also controlled, if the wind is blowing, what means when there is, nowadays wherever there is wind, wherever the hill stations, high views and all, we are fixing windmills, so that whatever the wind is coming through there, passing through that windmills, they are made to rotate, and from there we are able to generate electricity. Okay, so this is motion which is controlled and utilized for the society. Okay, this is one example. Then how to describe motion? I'll give one nice example. Suppose you are traveling from home to the bus, from home to your school, or from home to your bus stand or railway station. Okay, so the distance from your railway station is 5 km. 5 km. So you can take your home only. Home is here. Okay, you want to move to bus stand or railway station. From home you are moving to bus stand. Maybe in north or south direction, or whatever the direction, you are moving in a particular place from one place to other place. Okay. So firstly, this describes the motion of the object. Means whatever the motion take place, whenever the motion take place, there should be one origin, starting point of any object where it moves, from where it start moving. Okay. Suppose you are traveling with a bike. So bike is near your home. What do you say that? What is the bike doing there in front of home kept? What is that actually in physics technical term? What we use that word? We use the term rest. Bike is at rest. Now we say bike is at rest. So when you are on the bike, when you start moving, so this point becomes origin point. Point of origin, from where the motion of object starts. Okay. Then this point is called last point or final point. Okay. This is one example to give the example. Okay. Then suppose what happens when the object is traveling in a straight line. We'll take one example. So an object is there that is traveling in the straight line. It is 5, 10, 15 km, 20 km. Objects moving in a straight line. We will try to know what happens there. 25, 30, 35, 50. Okay. So starting point we can take it as O. Okay. So object will reach from O to which point? Last point. Getting this as A. This you take it as A. Okay. So this object should cross, because directly it cannot directly flow, directly pass. So it may stop here also. Where starting point, this is B. Okay, you can take it as B. Then this you can take it as C. Okay, or you can take like this also. B and C. You can take B and C also. See what happens here actually. This is C. You can take this as B only. So first is moves from one place. First it goes to B, then stops there. Again it may come back again from C, it may go to B and it may go to A. Okay, now total distance covered, suppose you take one more. Directly you can say total distance covered from O to A is what? 60. Okay, O to A is how much? 60 kilometers. But this person should come back. From A he should come back. How? So first he should reach from O to A, then A to B should come, then B to C should come. Okay. Because he is coming in a particular place. Okay. So O to A is how much? 60. Okay, 60. Then here to B if you take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So means OA plus OB is equal to, okay, 60 plus 25. How much it is? 85 kilometers. 85 kilometers. It becomes like this. Okay. Then again from B to C and B to O. From B to C how much it is? 5, 10. And C to O. Okay. 10 plus 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. It is 30 kilometers. Okay, see. Here it is quite interesting because O to A directly it is 60 kilometers. But when he is coming back from A to B and B to C and C to O. Means he is taking a break and coming back so that he will make particular distance. Okay. So this 85 plus 30 how much? 150. Okay. 50 kilometers. But originally the distance, the path is only 60 kilometers. But now if you take total of this, you are getting that much. Actually, what I say, no, this becomes initial position, initial point. From where it starts, he will reach that final point. From there he comes back, that becomes 0. Actually it becomes 0. Okay. So your calculation should be, what happens actually here, there is O to A vehicle passes from various breaks. Then again it comes back. That's why when you move 10 kilometers back, okay, so this point where you start is called initial point. Initial point. And from where you come back will becomes the final position or final point. So this is if you take initial as I, okay, final as F. So this is I minus F. Actually what happens here? First initial from here it starts O to A to B. We can take A to B. A to B is 10 kilometers. Okay. So here final minus initial. Because initial point will be always 0. Whenever you start moving from particular point, the value will be always 0. Okay. So here you are considering only the object moving in a straight line. Okay. So this 25, this 85, these all what are actually these all this will indicate magnitude. This will indicate magnitude. So magnitude is a numerical value. Magnitude is a numerical value, and this magnitude is related to the displacement. Related to the one more word called displacement. Means when the object moves from one place to another place in a particular direction with particular time, that becomes displacement. Okay. So magnitude is just a numerical value. Okay. And there is no particular unit for this. This magnitude is a value only. Okay. And displacement is nothing. The object moving from one place to another place with respect to time. That is a motion in a straight line. So this is one example to show motion in a straight line. Okay. Okay, see, then what is displacement? So the shorter distance covered by an object from the initial position to the final position is called displacement. Displacement is what? Shortest distance traveled. Shortest distance traveled. Okay, the shortest distance traveled by an object from initial to final position, final point or final position is displacement. See, so that's why the distance traveled by that object, by the car or by the vehicle moving in a straight line, suppose it was, I think I told, OA was, and it is AO. From O to it goes, and from A to it comes back. So OA is 60 kilometer, okay, and AO is 60 kilometer. 60 plus 60, 120. Actually it travels 120, but it becomes 0 because how much it travels, that much it comes back. Okay, that's why. So there are two words here: displacement and distance related to the motion. You are learning displacement and distance related to the motion. Okay. So one more example we will discuss here. So suppose a vehicle, or you are moving from Yadgir or Gulbarga to Bangalore. Okay. So in your car there is one round structure near that meter box and all. There is one instrument called speedometer. What? Speedometer. Actually it shows how much the distance is traveled by your vehicle. Suppose Bangalore is 750 kilometer. 750 kilometer. Okay. So this will indicate, actually what happens, directly you cannot get this value. Okay. Suppose you take reading here. Suppose it is 1947 like this. This is a value in your car. It shows the value. Okay. And your car, see this comes initial. This becomes initial value. Okay. Then after reaching Bangalore, what happens? Your reading, its speedometer shows this much. How much? This 7 it shows, 9 it shows. It shows 2697. But what is it? 2697. So this will indicate the distance covered by your car from one place to another place. Means this becomes initial, this becomes final. So final minus initial, you will get the what? This distance traveled. Distance traveled. Okay. Now we will try to know about motion. How many types of motion generally we have? We have uniform, we call non-uniform motion. Uniform motion, non-uniform. So uniform motion is actually, suppose you are traveling from one place to other place, how much? In 5 minutes. Okay. Again from here to here you are taking 5 minutes. From here to here you are taking 5 minutes. Here to here you are taking 5 minutes. Okay. So total you are traveling 20 minutes. Okay. And you are traveling equal distance. Suppose this is 2 kilometer. This is also 2 kilometer. This is 2 kilometer, 2 kilometer. So you are traveling with equal distance and equal interval of time. You are traveling in a straight line with equal distance and equal interval of time. So the motion, if it is moving in a direction in covering equal time in equal distance of equal intervals of time, distance and time are called uniform. Means same. 5 kilometer for 5 meter within 2 kilometer it travels 5 minutes. Again 2 kilometer 5 minutes. Again 2 kilometer 5 minutes. Equally it is covering. It is covering equal distance and with in equal intervals of time. So this is case where it is called uniform motion. Then non-uniform motion means what? I will give an example. Suppose your car is moving. Okay. It starts from your home and reaches to the one point. Okay. Like school. So from school you are traveling, moving in a market. In a market, what happens there? Your speed. Suppose there is a jam. Market is having little rush and push and all. What do you do? Your motion of the car is not equal because it is going fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. So time is same. Even though time taken will be a little different. So the object, when an object travels in a unequal intervals of time, when it covers unequal distance and in unequal intervals of time, that is called non-uniform motion. It's called non-uniform motion. Okay. So when it travels in equal intervals of time with equal distance, that is called uniform motion. And when an object travels unequal intervals with an unequal distance of a time, that's called non-uniform motion. Okay. Then what is, I'll give one example. Suppose a cricket player is there. Okay. Or there is a board. There is a board what? They write 50 km per hour. Okay. 48 km per hour. 90 km per hour. Or they may write like this also. Okay. And you know very well. In cricket, there are some bowlers. Okay. For them, during that cricket match, you see that they will give value for the speed of the bowling speed. Okay. So what they say, like 188 km per hour. Okay. 39 km. So 39 meter per second. So what are all these actually? You know. What are all these? So bowler cannot bowl every time 39 meter or 139 meter or 280 meter per second or 280 kilometer per hour. Okay. So his bowling, when he is bowling, his speed may increase or decrease. He is coming in the same position. But ball may reach with different intervals of time. Okay. So that's why suppose I think you are traveling from one place to another place. Okay. First you travel 5 km. Then you rest. Then 10 km. Okay, children, we will continue the next class. 1 or 2 questions I will be giving homework so that you can find the answers or write the points. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.